folk. Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions. Game over, series over, and the Red Sox are world champs again. And so are these fans. It hasn't happened at Fenway Park for 95 years. The Red Sox are world champions.
Boston organization has been well run for a long time now. From the top on down, here comes a 1-2 pitch. Red Sox win the World Series. 5-1 the final tonight. And the best team in baseball wins it all in 2018.
The Red Sox have won the World Championship. The Boston Red Sox beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-1. They win the World Series 4-1. And the Red Sox become the first team in the 21st century with 4 World Championships. Can you believe it?
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Pesky Podcast. I am the Ritt. We are here with episode 15, Fans Bring the Questions, and we have got a couple great questions that was sent to us. We're coming off another great series. We took 2 out of 3 from Milwaukee. Some highs. Man, Masa starting to come around a little bit. He's looking really good now. He's got a great outing on Sunday where he hit 2 home runs in the same inning. The second was a grand slam. Jarren Duran has been a completely different guy this season. He is hitting a lot of great contact. He's showing off the glove out there. So he's been a really good addition since Adam Duvall went down a couple of weeks ago. Another one, man, Alex Verdugo is leading that leadoff spot and is looking amazing. He is saving on some runs out there on defense. He has shown that he is the leadoff man that the Red Sox need. Devers is still doing Devers. He looked great in the series here against Milwaukee. Kenley Jansen came out on Friday. Solid lights out save. Brian Bayo came back against Corbin Burns. He looked really well against Corbin Burns. He did not get the win, though. Ort got the win. So that was a really good surprise. But, man, the Red Sox in the 8th inning just blew up. 9 runs in the 8th inning, which really helped the Red Sox, keep moving on. But, man, here we are. We got Fans Bring the Questions. So let's just start right from the top here. Our good friend, George Sutherland, he sit there and messaged us. Question: should the Sox trade for a right-handed bat now? If so, who? If not, why? So, George, love the question, but me personally, I would not trade for any right-handed bat right now. We do have some options. If we needed to bring a good one up from AAA, Alfaro is looking really good down there for the Woo Sox. Dahlbeck has shown that he can come up and give us that power bat from the right-handed side if need be. I don't know who we would even go for, honestly. Like, who do we have that would be able to piece together a deal to bring in a right-handed bat right now? Right now, the Red Sox are doing really well. They're hot, from the left-hand side especially. Kike's been doing a little bit better from the right-hand side. it's kind of a hard question. Me personally, if we really think we need that right-handed bat, I say bring up Alfaro or possibly even bring up Bobby Dahl back again to give him another shot. Each one has been able to prove that he has the power in Major League. Dahlbeck had his problems, but George, I honestly wouldn't trade for a right-handed bat right now. I like the chemistry we have. It's still early. You gotta look at where we're at and who we have to be able to come back. So I personally wouldn't, George. So Lady Red Sox. Lady Red Sox goes in and sends us a question. How long do we let Cassis try to find his footing this season before he heads to Worcester to get his mechanics right? Do we just let him ride it out the entire season? Does Justin Turner fill in at first while Cassis gets control over his bat back? How long would that take? Well, Lady Red Sox, I sit there and think we have to let him ride it and figure it out as we go. He's shown patience at the plate with 2 10-plus pitch at bats, which is a really amazing for a kid. He's still a kid. He just came up for a cup of coffee last year. This is his first full major league season. He's batting a 147 right now, but his OPS is 613, which shows his patience. He has 14 walks. When he does make contact, he has 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. So I would honestly, if I was the Red Sox, you got to give him those major league at bats. If you send him down to Worcester, and you think about it, he's not going up against a lot of major league pitching. So he might be able to get fixed if it's a mechanics type thing, but his patience is there. 14 walks is doing really well for him. He's very patient. Maybe sometimes he's a little too patient because he's also been struck out 25 times. But I just think you let him go, let him have the leash. We're kind of in that rebuild mode and still early in the season. The first month of baseball is not even completely over with. So, Lady Red Sox, I would just let him ride, figure it out as he goes. He's going to piece it all together. So that's my opinion. That's what I would honestly do. So, next question we have comes from Sox Chalk Talk. If Kluber continues to struggle, is he a viable option in the bullpen before just dumping him? Sure, his velo is down and he's getting hit hard, but he can bring a unique look with various pitches and maybe would be more effective in small doses. Plus, he can eat a lot of innings. So, Sox Chalk Talk. Well, I would sit there and say, give him one more outing. Give him one more outing to see how he does. If he starts piecing things together, then go from there. If he gets hammered, then maybe put him in the bullpen. Give Cutter Crawford a spot in the rotation to see how he does. Maybe even bring Winkowski into the rotation. So he can sit there and help out the team in the bullpen possibly. Like you said, there's different looks, different pitches. A lot of his is left to right. He's got to paint the corners. He's not that fastball pitcher, and he could bring that unique look out of the bullpen. So I would not just outright him. Like, you can't get rid of him because we know we have a lot of injuries. We don't know about Paxton yet coming back. Bayo looks like he could be going back down to the minors for a stint. So we kind of need Kluber to show up a little bit and start giving us some innings. We're not being able to get that from a lot of the starting pitchers we had. So Whitlock's been looking really good. Houck's been looking good. Pavetta's had a lot of great innings. So Sale he went out last time, looked really good. We'll see what he looks like on Monday for Sale Day down in Baltimore. But man, we got to sit there and start piecing this thing together. You know, Tampa's way ahead of us in first place, so we got to sit there and start figuring stuff out. So that's what I would do. If it all depends his next start, then maybe go from there, possibly to the bullpen, and see where he goes. Next question is from Willie Epting Jr. Do I believe that Chris Sale is back? Man, Willie, I've been trying to have faith in Chris Sale all year, where he ends up looking really good for a couple innings, and then he looks really bad. Or he would look good for one game, and he would sit there and then not the next. So I honestly am worried. I'm worried about Chris Sale. He's supposed to have been our ace. There was Alex Cora might have seen something. Maybe he's still mentally unaware and mentally like mind numbing, not getting that opening day start. Maybe it's affecting him. Maybe his mechanics for not pitching in the majors, for almost 3 years, 3 seasons. He was back for a little bit and then on the IL again. He is out for surgery. Maybe he's still working on those mechanics. Everyone stood there and said spring training, he looked great. Chris Sale's back. But spring training, the regular season is regular season. So I'm still not sold on Chris Sale. You got to show me more than just one outing. You got to. You can't just go out there and pitch and sit there and go through and see, one game isn't enough. I honestly got to think you got to go out there. You got to put one start in, and then you got to put a second start. And then once you get to the third good start in a row, then we can start saying Chris Sale's back. You got to start making those pitches where they count. You got to sit there and start striking people out consistently. Maybe even sit there and pull him by the 5th inning. I know he wants the ball. He wants to go out there and pitch. But man, pull him the 4th, 5th inning, at least the 5th, and sit there and say, okay, this is what you got us. Let us take it home and build his confidence up that way. I can't be behind Chris Sale 100%. He's supposed to be our ace, of the pitching staff, but we've got a lot of young, hungry talent that is right behind him that could easily try to push him out. You can't be living on 2018 when it's 2023 and we're trying to win a division, make the playoffs, wild card, World Series. We can't be living in the past. And if it's time to sit there for Chris Sale to take that last hurrah, well, we got him. We used him, and maybe it's time to let him go. So, Willie, that is my opinion on do I believe that Chris Sale's back? I don't. I don't believe it at all. He's really been disappointing me this season, and we got to have more than a start, Ballpark Buzz. He sits there and throws out a question. If Yu Chang plays elite defense, are you fine with him being the regular shortstop? Yeah, I would honestly, if he can play elite major league shortstop defense, I would be okay with him being in the 9 spot. Uh, when he does hit the ball, you know, he's hit 3 home runs already this season when he's hit the ball. I would love him to be more of a defensive shortstop for us. Look how long we had Jackie Bradley Jr. out in center field. You know, we didn't want him for his bat. We wanted him for his defense. His bat showed up every now and then when we needed it, but his defense is what out there in center field is what we really, really loved. And we were spoiled for how many years out there in Boston. So personally, I would be more than happy to have him for right now as a defensive shortstop if he can continue playing elite shortstop for the Boston Red Sox. We could easily put Kike over at second base. We can sit there and throw Kike every now and then out in center field when Jaron needs off. Jaron's been doing really good for us out there in center field. It's almost like it's completely different overall from last year to this year. I personally thought that he should have made the opening day roster, but Tapia got it, Ref Snyder got it. So I honestly can sit there and say if Jaron Duran keeps playing like he does, we might not need Tapia up there, you know, for much longer. But I'm completely happy and that with Yu Chang playing defense and staying there. Like I said, Boston's used to it. We had Jackie Bradley Jr. for how many years out there doing it? So why not until we can figure out, you know, Mondesi coming back. We can easily sit there and talk if Trevor Story's able to come back this season. So if Chang can plug that hole in there, I'm happy with it. And it's kind of like a piggyback from 616 Casey. They sit there and write, if you proves to be better defensively and is getting hot offensively, do you move Kike? I would honestly just move Kike over to second base regardless. I really sit there and think that if Yu Chang can sit there and play elite shortstop, if we can move Kike over to second base, I wouldn't move him to center field. Maybe once in a while. Jaron's doing really good, but I think Kike would be a better major league second baseman than a shortstop. He's already had way too many errors at shortstop because he's trying to hurry up a lot quicker than what I think he needs to be. So, yeah, I say move Kike. Move Kike right over to second base. That would give Christian Arroyo time to be the utility player that he should be. Not as much pressure on him. So, but guys, we got a great series coming up. Baltimore. We have Sale Day coming out Monday. Chris Sale takes on Kramer. The Red Sox looked really good last time against Kramer, and a lot of the people are gonna sit there and say that Sale came out this last start, looked really good. Is Chris Sale back? I don't know. You got to put together continuous work. Tuesday, we have Corey Kluber going versus Bradish. So I sit there and say, man, Corey Kluber could sit there and start putting things together, put the pieces together, or he could sit there and this could be his last start. We don't know. I would love to sit there and say that Kluber's going to start putting together. A bigger question would be who's going to start putting the pieces together first, Kluber or Chris Sale? That is the question right now, because it seems like the rest of the pitching staff actually is able to get through and be able to get some innings, get some outs, and put up some W's for us. So that's Tuesday. And then Wednesday, it's an afternoon game. We're throwing out Tanner Houck, who's 3-0, going against Wells. He's 0-1, but he has a 2.70 ERA and 16 Ks. It's good. It's going to be good. Baltimore is not the Baltimore of old. They got a young talent that's really hungry. Our man, Josh Lynn, he sits there. He's the man that knows the Baltimore Orioles. So this is going to be a great series. I'm personally going to sit there and say that we are going to do a 2 out of 3. We're going to win. Hopefully, we can sit there and put through and end April on a high note. I know. When we did predictions last episode, I said we're not going to make it to 500. I think that Guardian series is going to be what's really going to hurt us. So, but guys, thanks for the questions, Lady Red Sox. George, you're always sitting there and good to us. Sox Chalk Talk, Willie Epstein, 616 Case, and Ballpark Buzz. You guys are all great. Make sure you head on over to our YouTube channel. We got some great content coming your way soon. Man, we got Devin Moraro coming on this week. We also got ITM Podcast, Joey Capone coming on to be part of our show. Sox Addict's going to come back on. So there's episodes you're not going to want to miss. So, but for this one here, fans bring the questions. Thanks all that sit there and sent us. Guys, welcome and thank you for another episode of the Pesky Podcast. Take care, guys.